my helpers. So anyone come in after this, I will SPY, SPX, ES levels on daily, where potentially could pull back to. So there is some rules if you want to use the wave indicator. He's saying if the bullish momentum, I'm going to show you. This is SPX daily. So ideally, you do not want this drop below the middle band, lower level, which is 55.30. If the bullish momentum is strong, wave 4 pullback should not be hitting the wave 1, which is 59.84, I believe, 54.84. And so the first level I gave is 50, and the pullback could be anywhere like 23.6 or 38.2 of the wave 3. This is 1, 2, this is 3, right? So 1 and 3 are the impulse moves. And we didn't have our wave 2, I guess you can say relatively complex. We have up and downs many days. But if you look back, it's really not that complex. So if wave 2 is simple, wave 4 usually complex and more in consolidation, rather than a big pullback and then start going back up. So the question is, are we on the wave 5? Are we going to hit here? This is XPX 6012, or are we going to all-time high here, like 63.57? And then I'm torn 50-50. And the reason why I'm saying 50-50, so wave 5 should be only slightly higher than the wave 3. Not a lot. So the wave 5 really shouldn't be hitting this. And also gold, right? Gold. I just showed you guys gold. The wave 5 on daily is 329. So if you look at the gold, when gold hit this level, 317, 315, that's where ES at the low, really low, right? The monthly level low. And what could trigger this? So if gold really goes all the way back, like 35.70, that meaning yes, definitely to have to have a lower low than this, like than the 48.32, the April low. What could trigger that? I don't know. So that's a few things that bothers me a little bit. One is the gold. The gold, I'm seeing much higher, and gold is much higher. That's meaning something in the market has to give. And also yield. Yield has not been come back down. Although Jay Paul finally last week when he was talking, he actually kind of loosened up a little bit. He's saying he's okay to have the inflation target higher than his 2% and start cutting rate. So if June doesn't cut, I think it's really June CPI, PPI, and I don't know when the you know what, I should have done this homework in June 2025. I think June is 17, 18. And when is next CPI? When is June CPI and PPI 2025? 2025. I really like this graph. June 12th. Okay, so June 11th, 12th. both of them, if CPI, PPI is really low, I think we may actually get recut in the June. If not, probably in July because August we don't have meeting. So am I gonna be interested in smaller time frame trading? Not so much. If you look at 30 minutes, you can say, okay, 30 minutes, 58.80 is way higher than the daily and hourly, right? So I chose hourly because I like the 5,700 number, 5691, and it's gap fill. If you look at 30 minutes, it's a little bit higher, actually 70 points higher. Okay, if you said, okay, I want to see daily wave 4 print before going long. Okay, so 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, can we do? Yeah, look at it, 15 minutes only drop to 59.35. And then we go higher, probably make M top. Um, if you can watch the market and you said, I want to do a little bit day trading, okay, fine. There's nothing wrong if on 15 minutes SPX hit 59.35, ideally should be somewhere this level. Why? Because you see the W bottom is here, right? This is W bottom on 15 minutes. Ideally retest this. See, they give you a line as well. This is where the breakout, W breakout. So ideally, it come back down 59.28, 30-point drop, and then we go long. I think tomorrow morning we may actually be there already because on 15 minutes, this is the kind of W, and we are there. So we only hit Friday low. I mean, everybody thought that today it would be Black Monday or Black Sunday, like a 7% down. No one cares. However, Bitcoin did pop huge, right? And okay, I want to make something clear. There is someone on X. I literally blocked that person. I don't usually block people. So that guy asked me about Bitcoin, and I said, I will go long again if Bitcoin hit 98 to 94 on hourly. 15 minutes, you see clearly already printed. Now, on hourly, I'm interested in where this Bitcoin. Sorry, I got it wrong. Bitcoin. I said I'm interested somewhere like at 98,000 to 94,000 that I'll be go long. And so he did the same thing to me, RDTT. I said I'll be interested in RDTT going along on near 97, 98. And why is that? Because on hourly time frame is almost there actually, value area low, right? So value area low is a gap. So if it doesn't hold there and market drops on daily, this could go a lot lower somewhere near here. This is strong support there. And so RDDT went up on this day. Okay, we went along too on RDDT. So so today he was like, you said it's gonna drop. I'm like, are you idiot? I said I will go long if it drops there. I'm not saying you should short here and take your profit at 99. You guys understand the difference, right? Tell me you guys understand the difference. Because one thing I keep saying, you should always follow the trend. So clearly this is uptrend. Uptrend, I don't encourage people to short uptrend because wave 3 could go and go and go and go. That's why we didn't do a lot of put on SPY or SPX. for this particular reason. And I did a SPY bear put spread, and that was July or June 20th. And that was out of money, not a big spread. Even when we lost the entire position, we only lose $4. So spread has, you have a less return, but also you have less loss if market goes against you. So let's say SPY just keep going, going, and going, and then you could lose your value very fast. So I have SPX, NDX, both Fibonacci. So if NDX, I probably will do NDX call as well. The first level on NDX, I put on like 2,288. Oh, NQ, NDX almost the same level now. So this NQ is 20288. So NDX 20278. There are only 10-point difference now. So if NDX come here, I would do out the money like 21,400, maybe a week or two out. But I'm not gonna say, okay, Jay said NDX come here, I will go long here. I'm not telling you to short and take profit here. You guys understand the difference and tell me if you understand it 111. If you don't understand, I'm not telling you to short. I'm just telling you where I will go long again. So anyway, I got so pissed out and I literally blocked that guy. I don't have time to waste trying to explain the difference to him. He's not my member. I don't care. So anyways, so we are usually watching on NDX at least 5 minutes, right? On SPX, I usually watch like, depending on day trading, you are looking at this like 200, 150, and 50 moving areas. But in reality, if we trade, we use our old regular indicator, right? So what indicator is that? How moving areas, right? We have how moving areas, and I have so many indicator. This. And so you could still enable how, where is my default moving average exponent? I want to say this is, but I don't think so. This is not it. Let me add it. So we're using our regular indicator on trading is the what is that? 13 and 30, right? Moving average exponential 2. Okay. So this is a input. Yeah, this is by default. So on 3 minutes, you can do the same thing, right? This is our typical entry, right? So we have all the moving areas stick together, filled up here, here. You can, and then you can add on, add on, add on, add on. So that's how you trade, right? Because, and you can do 15 minutes, but 15 minutes not as good uh as the 3 minutes. You could, unless they're basing for a long time, then you can see here clearly 15 minutes going up, right? So day trading, I usually watch it on 3 minutes. Clear, very clear, right? Very clear. There's no any argument that this long. And W bottom, and then this M top, and that's where I want to take profit. Price coming below the moving areas here. That's where you take profit, right? Okay, tell me you understand all this. I know we talk about this many times, but I want to still make sure that you're not confused. I said I will go long at this level. It doesn't mean we should short at the current price. Okay, so I gave the ES level. If you do future, the first level is here. and also gap fill 56.86, and the second level. So this all three levels are above wave one high, right? Wave one high is here really like a 54.95. So all the green lines, I thought will come back to 55.10. So I will start watching reversal up from, let's say, 5,700. I will set an alert here already. That's the week like week low, last week low, and it could serve as strong support. And what is this? This is the monthly level. That's the April, right? April high. So you have April high and the week. So from 57.76, 57.34, you want to start watching for reversal already because you have clearly the whole May price action and the whole last week strong price action above these levels. And sometimes, like if they consolidate and gradually grinding lower, this wave four band, it could come higher. It could eventually, if you just grinding, takes time to drop, and this band will actually moving higher and higher. Because BTC did exactly the same thing, right? So BTC initially it was 9,900, 9,800. I want to go. And now you can see this level move to 99 to 94. But I'm still in, you can see this why, because you have profile and then a little cluster below the profile could serve as support, but the stronger support is 98,000 and change. So, and MSTR also true, right? So if you're still holding MSTU, MSTX, it's fine. You can take a little bit profit, and then if you want to load, I wouldn't want to load at MSTX here because it's 40 some dollars. When we loaded, it was $16, right? So, but if you want to do MSTR, because this on the daily target is very high, 605. Okay, so on hourly time frame, if come back down to this level, you see the same thing. There's a little cluster below the profile, and it could just 380. Could it come back down to 340 like the POC? Yeah, if we have a not as bullish momentum, but apparently nowadays it's a bullish momentum so strong, right? So it's really hard to say, okay, I'm gonna wait all the way to 340. I'm gonna start watching. I have alert set at 380. So I gave a lot of tickers in the swing channel and also marked what level want to go. Like let's say you can open the swing channel and we go one by one. Let's say I'm gonna put the sticker here. I already have PG, so I'm not gonna buy PG, but I am watching when I'm gonna take profit. So I put up the list of the tickers in the chat, so I don't have to. So on the hourly hymns, on 15 minutes, you may have a little bit more pullback. So can you go from here and then right now 62? So it's really not worth it in my opinion. But if market down, let's say hourly time frame, and hymns come back down to I don't know 53 again to this value area high area 51, 52 to 50, 49 this area. You would definitely want to go long because on daily you can see this guy is gonna 82. I've been telling you this guy's going to 82 since I told you to go long at $33. I don't even know where $33 is now. Here somewhere. No, 33 is here. No, 29. Here is where we belong, 33. 2 times. And it has been almost doubled, right? So his um SMOR. So this ticker on daily, 1, 2, 3, right? So it is in the gap. If this momentum is not so strong, 45 could be like pushed down really hard. But if the momentum is not, is really strong, you can see could go all the way to 50. And on hourly time frame, it's already wave 4. So can you go on Monday at open? Yeah, you can. But the thing is, you could come all the way back down to 37 if markets start to drop, because you can see here, I'm not only watching that, I'm also watching this on the wave. It can tell you where is overbought and sold. Could it like come back down halfway and then going up? Yeah, there is many times do that. So, but I want to usually want to go with how the major market is going. But sometimes ticker like this, they don't really follow market. So you said, okay, I'm gonna put like buying 100 shares there. And then if we come back to 36, I'll load 300 shares. That's fine because upside is pretty good, right? So 10%. And on daily, it could really go. But on weekly, I said this ticker could go to $100. And you see on daily it's 55, and I'm showing you on weekly why things could go. So you have low, higher low, high, higher high. Browning formation. This is Browning formation, right? So it could go all the way to 90, $100. Very possible. Even though, so okay, weekly. The uptrend, okay, can you take profit at 70? Yeah, you can, right? Even take some profit at 55 and move stop loss up to your entry. You're still good. And those tickers are very popular right these days. And there's another one, CRW Core Wave. It has absolutely going insane. And on 15 minutes, if you want to say, okay, I want to, for me, it's 10%. I don't think it's worth the risk for me, so I'm not gonna do anything about it. For solar, has quietly come up so much, and it's daily wave 5 up. Target is 203, and right now it's 175. So that's about $30. $30, that's almost 20%. That's not bad. And on hourly time frame too. So but you do know there's a volume gap, and bottom of the profile could be support, but if the bearish momentum is stronger, it could come back down all the way to fill this gap. So if you want to do option, you want to make sure watching on 30 minutes and give you confirmation, and your position size, you might want to watch losing the pivot low, say MS on 30 minutes. Usually watch on 30 minutes, right? So okay, so I'm usually saying okay, let's go long, guys. I grabbed the wrong tool. I do this all the time. Um Fibonacci. So I'm watching this zone, taking the upper out. Target is 203, 204. Did this again. 203. Come on. Okay, that's perfect. 203. So if you lose 175, people ask me, Jay, where do I put my stop loss? Below 175 is a gap. There's nothing here. So you have to take loss. Otherwise, it could drop all the way $20 more, right? And so ASML also is it hourly or whatever the time frame was? Also, hourly time frame, upside target is 780. And that's $50. $50 if it's weekly, it's not bad actually. And Netflix, it never really hourly, never printed wave four, and daily never did too. So if come back down, say 1120, and upside is 1200, that's not bad. This guy always move faster. Say if daily SPY or QQQ print wave four, and then this guy hit it. Ideally, I want to come to 670, and then you can do weekly call. This guy's gonna go, right? Netflix, NVIDIA earnings coming, and so on hourly, um, if it's really dropping back to 123. I think that's a good sign. It's a signal for us to go long. But if before earnings keep going, then I'm not going to do anything with it. And APP on daily upside target is very high. Is a oh no, is 590 on monthly. Monthly time is gonna take a long time. I don't know whether I believe this one too, because you see here weekly just started. So I don't believe it. And then above here, there's not much resistance. So daily, if wave four, it could come back down 341. Can it come all the way to 320? Yes. That's why you should set alert, right? And this has a very good good upside level to run. 340 somewhere 340 is a gap somewhere here, the lower. Like if the bullish momentum really strong, the upper of the gap could serve as support. And that's why a lot of time you see the gap like leave behind. See this pull back a little bit, and there's nothing in between, but it went back up. So 341 and then 320 is the level that I am watching on APP. And I don't know, my account may be bigger than some of you, but it definitely is not unlimited money. That's for sure. I wish I do have unlimited. So I'm not really extremely interested in Microsoft at this point. Why? Because it has gone up so much. I would rather free up that money and then do something else. So on daily, if it does come back to 430, ideally 414, but I don't know. I don't know whether that can go. We see a lot of bullish flow. And so 430, if you have no any position, even that I don't know whether I want to go long. So upside target weekly is 485, 485, 465, well, 490. 490, if you come back down 430 on daily, then that may be worth it because near $60 move. That's about 15%. 15% is okay, but it's not extremely rich. So Tesla is the ticker that I'm watching. So I already set alert on mine, 318. Ideally, really come back down 294 because this is gap, right? 294 on weekly, you see this guy can go very high, 540. And that's why I keep saying you have higher lows. And I want to add something here. Some the wave indicator, the creator, the guy said, oh, wave four should not have any overlapping with wave one, meaning shouldn't even be touching the high of the wave one. And so what happened on Qs? Qs If you look at the Qs on the wave indicator monthly, have totally different wave count. So Qs have like 1, 2, and then 3 come back down. But if you take a look of SPY QQQ chart right now, I want you to look at it. I'm going to remove this trend line. Can you tell the difference? Q is even stronger than SPY. There's no really difference. But why Qs on monthly is 1, 2, and then 3 come back? Only because it dropped below the wave 1 high. SPY didn't. It just by teeny tiny missed it. And because that you name a wave difference, it's very confusing. That's why when this come back down, Q and SPY has been totally on different wave structure, and I was very confused because to me it did exact the same thing. So so if the really I often say this the way like crime scene, right? Origin crime scene. Ideally, I would say ideally you want to pull back below, land it in the square area, could be anywhere. Ideally, land like a 335 would be ideal because this is your W bottom, and then you go from here. As long as price doesn't break below 250, the bottom of this, I'm fine. I can still call this uptrend. That's why when you see me saying low, higher, low, high, higher, high, because the trend is defined by pivot lows, pivot highs, right? And then on SPY, say, okay, let's look at daily. Daily. So really as long as wave 4 doesn't break below 508, this pivot low, I am fine. I would really welcome a drop to 540, to be honest. But if you read the poll, the wave indicator creator, they said, it really shouldn't be touching the one here. Here, the high here, 549. For me, I don't care. As long as it doesn't break this pivot low, I'm good. Sometimes you have seen something make like slightly break below this low and fake breakdown, break out, and then sharp rejection. That's even better trade at sometimes. So anyway, and ARM has gone up too much. I don't know why I'm still interested in this. So if come back down near 120, I mean, you could go maybe 140, but it only dropped to 125. And there's so many tickers to choose, right? So AMD, if it really come back down to 112, not really interested in anymore. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure at this point, AMD. It could go higher. Could it go higher all the way to back to 220? I'm not sure at this point. Maybe. So anyways, so I chose Tesla, I chose Amazon. What did I say on my weekly newsletter? What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do Apple. I'm gonna do SPX, NDX, Tesla, MicroStrategy, Amazon, Apple. And I may do First Solar call options. I'm not sure. I do have AMAT, so I'm not gonna do AMAT, but AMAT is used to be one of my favorite tickers. Upside target is on monthly very high. So if you're willing to hold it in one, what, two, and then weekly is about to start wave 2 down, almost to down at 157. That's a gap fill we talk about on Thursday. And then this guy could go all the way to 250 some. Okay, so this kind of ticker that I'm interested. Um, Tesla, we already talked about Tesla. T-Mobile. T-Mobile is weekly 1, 2. So 3 is about to get started. And daily, the same thing. So you can still buy. I think it should at least go to 277. And it's very safe ticker. And PG, I called out when it was 155, 156. It's already up almost $7, $8. But it monthly just getting started. Weekly. Weekly, 1, 2, could go all the way to 180. So that's like a diversification. So choose if you haven't done so, I think you have time to decide what you want to do, which ticker you want to go. And I'm telling you, it's when SPX near 4,800 some area, and I loaded leap call like I don't know 9, 12 contract total, 6,300, 6,500, and then I loaded December, January to 6,000, like 150,000 worth of 6,000 call. And I got out like near 5,700. And I was like kicking myself. I don't even want to look how much. I think I made at least $300,000 less profit on SPX. And do I regret? Not really, because I was over positioned on SPX. And I keep saying, I encourage you guys not to do too many options and futures because your money is gone, it's gone. But if you buy SPY shares, then you don't have to cut loss and you're in big green now, right? So that's the reason why I'm saying. So I apparently I was over positioned and I couldn't hold that long, right? Because your emotion kick in. So if this time comes, I'm planning to do. Oh shit, what did I plan to do? Sorry, don't this on recording. I should a family friendly video. So I think I'm planning to do 6,000 SPX call. And if they come back down to 5,700, 6,000, that's 300 point. Monthly, I'm planning to do July 18, betting on July 4th bullishness. So if SPX print daily wave 4 down, I will do 6,000 SPX call for July 18th. And I think the price should be somewhere near 25. I set buying price at $20 right now. I did 10 contract and that's only $20,000. And if it goes to zero, I was okay. I was okay with that. But if I do 200,000 here, then I'm definitely gonna be panicking. Anything negative news is gonna impact me emotionally, right? So, but 20,000, I don't care. It could go to zero. I mean, literally speaking. On NDX, if NDX come back down to 20280, let's say 20300, and it's almost 1,000 points move. So I'm gonna do 21,400 call. Same July 18. And ideally this price is less than $25. So, but we'll see. We know when it's wave 4 printed and we watch on 15 minutes, 30 minutes NQ, and yes, we can also watch on 3 minutes to go long, right? This is clearly long. And same here, long, right? So you already have a line drawn like mine here, right? So if you come into this area and then you see something like this forming by call, right? And so we have plenty time by then. Okay, so that's all I have for tonight to prepare you guys for the daily wave 4 down. And so I'm gonna take profit when wave 5 print. And if you go to 6,400, I don't care. I make my money just in case. Because on SPY, I'm seeing 1, 2, what, right? QQQ, QQQ the same, 1, 2, and QQQ on week monthly, 1, 2. So I don't know, but SPY, it shows totally different. So I'm not going to, yeah, I think AMD will go, but AMD have so much position already. I'm not loading more shares near 110 because I loaded so much near 84, 85. And what is the TTD doing? I haven't really looked at TTD. And DAG earning, POWL earning. POWL has gone up a lot too. You can continue hold, it's good ticker. DAC, if really DAC come back down more, I'll buy more. And because I took a lot of profit on TTD. So that's all we have. I hope you guys understand and then make a plan, right? You have to make a plan. All right, guys. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow morning.